Welcome back, everyone. Mirage is gonna be the place where Team Kaliber and NRG will wage battle here in the MLG Minor Americas. I do like this intro beat.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty nice.
I feel like we're in the London Underground right now.
Yeah, are we at a club right now?
Let's go.
Didn't find one yesterday.
Club Mirage? That sounds natural.
That's a good name for a club, actually. As on to the pistol round, we will have a Team Kaliber on the CT side. Lots of Kevlar. We do have Ocean, the mastermind himself, with the kit and a nade.
ODK Kona Ocean.
DSR, one of the young players on this team, and certainly someone to watch out for. Gets aggressive in middle, and on the fallback, he actually brings down Legia, Breeze as well. And Ocean chiming in with that third kill onto Justin, and NRG have just been ripped apart. No bomb plant. Ape gonna deny that. Ape finds 2 to close out the round.
Wow, they just got absolutely obliterated. Like, they were trying to do a connector split with a smoke, so it was really important that people weren't spotted at top mid. So I don't actually know why they challenged so early, but I think that they threw the smokes once the kills came out because they realized that the plan was basically foiled, and everyone just got picked apart. I mean, actually, you know what the weirdest part was? They planted for CT when they had the smokes down on the right side site. Typically, you want to plant for connector, have your middle guy go up cap, but even if not, you don't have CT control, and there's always someone playing there. So that's a big reason why they don't have a plant right now and actually try to force up. That might affect their economy later on.
So Ocean, he'll take that UMP into the corner here, up in the B apartments. And actually, we do have NRG. A lot of them setting up out there in the halls. But Team Kaliber holding tight, and NRG also taking it pretty slow. What do they put it as in terms of utility? We just have quite a few flashes and not much else. Justin, he's going to be blind, I think, by his own team, so he runs out, and Ocean just taking his time. Gets 1, 2, make it 3 for Ocean. DSR helping out. Finally, Ocean goes down. It's Gob B that will take him out. Battle of the Grandpas right there. As now he's all alone, and it's Breeze from behind with the FAMAS dealing that killing blow.
Wow, Ocean gets the 3K. I mean, it was, you know, it was nice. It was nice. Ocean hitting the DMs. I could see that. It was really important for him because he was taking first contact. He's also in a precarious spot where if he doesn't get a kill, then B becomes a whole lot weaker. I mean, about 50%. So not only that, and it affects the rest of his team because suddenly it's 5v4. And so the fact that he got 3 kills was critically important. Also, NRG forcing up meant they were really hoping to get a plant in that situation. Couldn't do it. And now we move on to round 3 where Kaliber survived that round with only losing a single member.
All right, Lon, did you want to make the game sounds?
Is it? I thought it was only us that don't have the game sounds.
Oh, is that what's going on right now?
I'm not sure.
Oh, I mean, I would like to see that. There's Breeze again. First kill, got the last kill in the last round. First one here. There's no one chiming in. I think the first time that we've said his name. Legia battling with the Glock. Ocean back at the white van, and he will survive. He actually pulls out the USP and gets the job done. Gob B, last one alive one more time, and Team Kaliber with just an insanely dominant and quick 3-0 start on Mirage.
Yeah, I mean, NRG are like the team in Invite. I know everybody it seems like in the room don't expect Kaliber to win. I personally expect Kaliber to win this map.
I kind of agree.
You kind of agree? Yeah. So
and not just because it started 3-0 so quickly.
No, I mean, like they're in Premier, but in my opinion, like they're at the very least a low-level Invite team in terms of talent. So the one question mark is that, you know, Slemmy was a pretty good fragger in comparison to Ocean and probably a better IGL as well. But Ocean, it seems like, is so far doing his part, and we'll kind of have him under a microscope, I think, as spectators, to see how he performs. But here is NRG taking mid, and that is one of the keys to success for myself, just like it was mentioned by, I think, Garrett and James, where mid is going to be really important for them, and they'll have the most advantages.
Wow. That is a massive battle for Justin to lose. Ape and Breeze moving out together. They take down Justin, and first kill of the round goes to the CTs. They were the ones getting aggressive and dictating the pace. That's supposed to be what NRG are doing. And now Legia dealing with some fire, some flashes. He has been deposited into the connector, so a strong position for him. But DSR going up on the ticket booth. Peter was completely ready for that one, just waiting on the catwalk for DSR to go for the peak. So Peter will even it up for his team. No one, I believe he did spot someone, that being Silent. Will now throw a flash, so Silent making some noise, and he does attempt to clear the corner. He brings down Ocean. Man advantage briefly now. Will it last? No one's being tested. Silent gonna fall. And now with Ocean's Kokona, no one at the white van does finally go down. It's all on to Ape, who did get the first kill of the round, left in a 1 versus 3.
Oh, that's kind of an upset for Kaliber, who had 2 people on B. I think one thing was we were spectating no one that we expected him to maybe be a little bit more aggressive on that fight versus Silent, because Ocean's in a spot where if it gets cleared, the advantage goes to the terrorist, and because Silent was kind of working his way up, he didn't take spotting no one as a sign that there was no chance there would be that he would be the only one there. And also, because mid-control was taken, they knew there wasn't much cat presence, meaning that if there's 2 people at B, one of them is somewhere else in the site. And now we have like Ape, not trying to perform the retake. He was a little bit far off, but the fact that they got 5v4 and then and suddenly NRG are up 3-1 means a world of good for them, considering they are coming back from the pistol. But here's the first rifle to go to them, and the other wild card, I guess, on the part of NRG. I didn't mean to write them off. I was mostly bigging up Kaliber because I really believe in them. I think they have like a really strong lineup. But NRG are obviously more of a seasoned team with tried and true talent that have played against better teams overall. And, like they were mentioning Gob's performance, but you remember Gob at DreamHack Austin, like he was literally the best player on the team.
He was carrying the team very hard.
Multiple 30 bombs, no joke. And
Peter had some good games in there as well.
Yeah, and Peter a little bit upset with his performance on LAN, even though he did play well. But he's the one who actually has just been playing a lot, just gaming a lot. This is kind of some outside or insider information, I guess you could say, where he's just been extremely motivated.
For
and
Peter
motivated.
Yeah.
Peter motivated is a scary sight for anybody.
He was extremely excited in Austin. I think he was telling me it was his first event, like in 8 months, pretty much, that he was able to play. Because of course he missed when NRG did have that success against Envious. They took that one breakout that made Envious collapse, pretty much. Peter wasn't at that event, right, because of his foot injury. And here's DSR into the connector, an aggressive peek, and that's going to take Peter out of the round.
Yeah, that's a really big kill. I mean, it's the op winning the duel, yeah, but it's also maintaining mid control and then making it a little bit tougher for Tees to find an option in terms of how to open up the round. Peter opened it up last time. This time, we're going to have the connector switch come out really quickly. The bomb is coming up connector as well, and Leggy is making his way onto the side. Justin gets the entry, which is really nice. Now Breeze all alone.
Yeah, Breeze and Sandwich, no one getting a kill, and Breeze going to go out for more. Justin not allowing it. Legia also will take out Ocean. So we have ourselves a 2-on-2, and look at the bomb. It's in a bit of a tight spot. Molotov to push no one and maybe block line of sight a little bit as DSR is going to go to work, and he'll have to finish it off with his 3rd kill of the round. Same goes for Legia. Also 2 kills here. He's going to go up on the boxes. He has reclaimed the bomb. DSR is just going to reposition completely, hoping that the bomb's maybe going to be planted down in wedge. What will Legia decide to do? 15 seconds. Gonna have to make this decision soon, and DSR's peeking. He's gonna find Legia not looking at all, and he hits the shot. That's an expensive round for Kaliber, but another one.
Another one. Super clean decision from DSR to jump out window there. Very powerful thing to do on LAN, and it's not because of the amount of noise that is here, like in this environment. We don't have spectators, but just from being beside like a bunch of people talking and like having kind of a full area, you do miss some stuff, and so that far away, maybe you hear that in perfect silence, but sometimes you can get away with it in a LAN environment. So able to get that kill also because Leggy was up on the box and was just about to fall off, but the bottom line is Kaliber pull out the 1v1, and now they're up 4-1, and NRG are on a broken bye.
So just to back up as this round starts off slow to the point, when we kind of mentioned that we thought Kaliber could take this, and it was talked about on the desk that, yeah, some inexperienced players on NRG that are supposed to be doing this heavy lifting for the team.
Yeah.
And maybe it's not quite happening, but Kaliber, like, I have a lot of faith in what we've seen from both Breeze and DSR, and they've played in this building before.
Yes. And the last time they played in this building, Get Right tweeted out that he was impressed with DSR's performance. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much the biggest shout out that any CS player
I'm still waiting on that tweet from Get
for.
Right myself,
yeah.
You know? It's probably never going to come, but, you know.
And it is because he's extremely clutch. A player with an extremely low sensitivity, actually, kind of an interesting point. I think he plays in like something like 1.0 at 400, so
yeah,
is basically working really hard to move his mouse across the screen, but that's because it increases your hit rate a lot, but it requires you to be a smarter player, right? Because you don't have the mobility. Can't
hit those flick shots. Got to have the good positioning to go with that low sensitivity. And here's Breeze in the sight. There's a flick right there. Onto Peter. Legia from the connector will put him down, though. Justin and Gombi. Copy with the CZ actually getting involved. And this is a round where NRG didn't have a lot into it, but are finding quite a bit of success. It's up to Ocean and DSR now. Mainly DSR moving it with the op. If he can get a few quick picks, let's see how NRG play the post plant. Justin was actually looking for the information, so he's gone down. Ocean gets dinked up. I don't think he realized where that was from. And the fallback may oh, they're actually pretty fortunate. Gombi no longer watching that cross. DSR thinking it's a possibility will smoke just to ensure that they save these weapons.
Peter mentioned that this is one of the first times that they've really, it was Gob. When you're in the IGL, you're always going to watch demos, like a ton of demos. You can count on a player like Gob to do that. But to get everyone to watch a demo together is kind of another dimension to the practice that you can have. And I heard that they've really stepped up that game where they've spent a lot of time going over every single loss they've had in recent history and fixing all the problems. Peter said they picked up a lot of stuff. And there we saw a round where it was a super clean A split with a lot of pressure put on mid, but then everybody meeting up at the same time. It looked a little bit discombobulated on the pistol round where I think the top mid guys came out a little early, but there the timing and the spacing seemed immaculate. It's really hard to deal with mid control as a CT. Like, bottom line is it's T-sided, but you want it. You want to have that as a CT. It's not like Cash where you can just totally give it up and feel comfortable, which, I mean, I guess you can never really feel comfortable no matter what the mid is, but, oh, what do we have? Just a complete cancel right now as players are scurrying back to different positions.
Yeah, there were no smokes out in middle. Maybe someone's like, yo, I didn't throw the smoke, and they decided to pull back, which was probably wise. We saw DSR in the window with the clean shot.
It might be because they recognize that DSR saved the op.
Yeah. Well, they're going to recognize it real soon.
Oh.
DSR can't land the shot onto the pointy elbows, so he's going to go ahead and fall back into the connector once more. He's going to be Molotov'd off, but maybe no pain, no gain mentality. Sat in it for a second to look for a shot, but it doesn't come. Gombi going to re-smoke as well.
That's a miss smoke.
Oh, wow. Surprising to see Gombi being the one to throw it silent. Maybe going to be taking point as they look on to the B site. Kaliber actually doesn't have anyone here. No one is sliding back from the catwalk, so he's in position, and DSR has actually taken the op into market. But no one only with a P250, so it all really falls onto DSR. An incendiary, but poor timing from DSR. He couldn't really have known, and he will miss the shot. No one's been taken out, so DSR alone. Rotations coming in now through the market. Retake to be difficult. DSR again, only one with the kit. Legia will take out Ocean. DSR gets he torches one player and then connecting with the op shot. Justin trying to spray down through the smoke. Actually does reveal his position at bench. 2 players back here for NRG. Like Team Kaliber, are they making that decision to pull back here? Breeze was able to pick up an M4A4. DSR's taken out, but Breeze going in, does find one, can't get 2. Silent grabs the double and will seal the round for NRG.
That was a position, or that was a situation where it seemed like they were kind of a little bit indecisive of whether or not they wanted to hit B. And that's because they want to have DSR in a spot where he can have an impact but also stay alive so that they can hedge their bets in the sense that if his teammates get kills, he's in a position to move out, but if they don't, he can save. And I think they were enticed by the end of it to go in because 1 or 2 kills came out, but they couldn't follow up and lost the round, and now Kaliber have that full save. It was fortunate that they were able to save that op and turn it into a couple of kills because that's economic damage that they would have had to done with worse weapons if they didn't.
Breeze got aggressive into Palace, did actually spot a player, Justin, hanging out there. That's not really too much information gained.
We see the reverse connector smoke come out from Cobb.
Yeah, window smoke as well, so that'll allow Gombi to move up this catwalk. Expecting a presence there. There actually are 3 players into the B site, but no one went very aggressive on the catwalk. And Gombi makes his decision to go into the ladder room for now.
Wow, it's just a man on the mission right now. They actually were able to, and this is, you got to take it with a grain of salt because it isn't Kaliber to have a lot of equipment value. But they're able to take mid-control really cleanly. 1 player stays alive, gets in the cat. Wow, Breeze, nice 1-dig to shut down Legia. And this is a great retake position if it is A that's going to be hit. So maybe he doesn't want to overstep his bounds right now.
Whoa, I don't know if Ocean spotted anything there. Yeah, it looks like it does. I'm not sure how the vent deals with radar. And Gombi, how is that even possible? At that range with the CZ, he takes down no one. The vent has been broken, so that's more information to Gombi's way. Ape waiting on in CT spawn. Kaliber got to go in for the retake. Justin denying Ape there. And Gombi situated on the lurk in a fantastic spot. DSR up top. Oh, he does get a dink out onto 1 HP. Silent will clean him up on the other end. So we're tied up, 4-4.
That was a couple of close kills, a lot of damage dealt, but not actually closed out. Very important that Gob got that first one in window. And now NRG, they move into another rifle round. Another opportunity for Kaliber to show how they want to deal with the mid-control. Originally, we had the A-ramp push that didn't work out because they made it 5v4 and still ended up losing. And so we see that just getting 5v4 isn't actually good enough for Kaliber. Mark of a really strong team fundamentally that they're able to close those rounds out. again, the stats look like when you do have a 5v4 that if you're a good team, you win 70 to 80% of those rounds, and it ended up being a decisive victory in the hands of their opponents.
Breeze will once more get aggressive into Palace. He did it last round, I think. Oh, yeah, he had that deagle because he ended up pushing through and getting the Huandig. Now he's going to go in with the M4. He's making noise. Justin knows this, but it's still Breeze who will win the battle. And now Legia going to make sure those TK members can't fall back. DSR and Triple Box able to bring down Silent. And it's Kaliber holding strongly here onto the A site. Legia has worked the bomb over, spotting a player on a catwalk. That's going to be no one. Gabi's there quickly on the trade. Still man advantage to the CTs. Gabi planning the bomb. And Peter going to set up. He knows that someone is still situated in Palace. He's going to switch to the AK, actually. Kaliber basically retaking from every choke point right now. Palace, A ramp, and CT. I'm not sure that NRG really no connector is clear, so they are forced to watch everything right now, and it's Breeze from the A ramp. He went through Palace. He's brought down Peter, who had no response, didn't even see it coming, and Gabi left, and a 1 versus 3, staring at the fire. There's a smoke down as well. Ape goes up top, so Gabi does get one more frag, but it's Kaliber to break the tie and take the lead.
Critical Molotov there, great A-hold, and also they went for Palace control versus... It looked like NRG didn't actually go for mid control. They did send, it was a 4-1, but ultimately they had 3 A ramp at 1 Palace. And if you overlook Palace or you want to take A without Palace control, well, you better rethink your strategy if you end up losing Palace, because that becomes the strongest spot to hold against A ramp pushers. And once they had that info, didn't really do anything but follow through with the strat. Whereas, you know, they could have tried to either deal with Palace or regroup or try to get 5v4 before they executed. But I think the jig was up a little bit, and they didn't adapt.
Justin, you can see money is tough. He's on just a Molotov and a Tech 9. So NRG trying to stay with it. Maybe get that reset onto Kaliber if they can convert this round. So DSR has taken some early damage. No one has gone into the ladder room. And will he find? He finds Gabi on the ladder, so unable to fight back. Gabi gonna go down. We've got Breeze once again looking into A ramp. Just missing Justin. Legia's got out through the connector, but Ape will remove him. A remains under the control of the CTs. See what Justin can do with the Tech 9. This is actually a good position that Breeze is in. And I was going to say for Justin, because he's close, and the Tech 9 is very, very lethal, and we see Justin getting that kill. And then even a second as he pulls out the AK, he's got it into 2-on-3, but DSR going to stop the madness, and it's up to Peter. Has been smoked off right now, taking some bullets. He knows someone's on the catwalk. This could just be a distraction. Yeah, we saw Ocean going on the white van.
Wow, NRG actually had the opportunity there, I think, to use Justin a little bit more than I thought they could have. I mean, he got that first kill at A-Ramp with the Tech 9. He picks up an AK, turns it into a sequence, but ultimately NRG gets spotted in B-Apps with a bomb, and 2 players are there, and they're looking to hit the site while Justin makes some noise. Well, it turns out he stays alive and gets 2 kills, so maybe if they aren't spotted so quickly, they could actually pull a rotate that could make their B-Apps guys more effective. And instead, they tried to hit the site because I think they assumed that Justin would die sooner.
Oh, everybody's favorite, the UMP coming out there on Ape. I miss his full name. A little inappropriate, but it was pretty funny.
Has nothing to do with the band. That's what I learned.
As Ocean trying to exploit some gaps in a smoke there out middle, but not seeing anything. NRG, they've been relegated down to the realm of pistol play. Justin and Gabi having some Kevlar, so maybe a chance if they can get a weapon in their hands. Ocean has spotted some players. Just let that Molotov go.
Yeah, identifies that with mid-presence. A choke point will try to be taken, and notice that he doesn't want to stay up there for too long versus pistols.
They actually smoke off Catwalk themselves, which kind of gave up middle, but NRG are trying to push the issue here onto Cat, and no one holding this angle. He's going to find all 3 of them. The 3 sick headshots from no one, but Legia, he worked his way in there from behind, so he does kind of get the trade, and it's Gabi left 1 versus 3 with the CZ. He'll hit the jump over into, ooh, maybe trying to fake with the noise that he was going into window, but instead dropping down, and he's had some luck with the long-range CZ, but that's not something that you can just rely on. He's got 5 bullets left. Again, hitting some more hops, working his way to market. As the vent, they probably heard that being broken. And Ocean will take him down.
Absolutely disgusting patience there from a no one on Cat. The man who doesn't like to share toothpaste.
How'd you find that out?
Ape is rooming with him. Yeah, very upset about that. Didn't bring his own toothpaste. It's always nice going to lands with Joey.
Yeah, I come
because
prepared.
He brings the toothpaste.
Except for when TSA takes it.
But here it is. The man who wants to stay cleanly hits the 3 cleanest headshots in the round and shuts it down. As Ocean was actually rotating out of the site, so a lot of pressure put on him.
DSR once again, I mean, that's a conditioning Molotov, right? You always just want to have that Molotov there every single round, so eventually DSR will just think, all right, I can't go connector, it's unavailable.
Exactly. Very standard for mid-control, and it's gotten to the point where it's just, there's no way to stop it. There hasn't been an answer so far from any CT teams, and I think just as James mentioned, like the thing is you want mid-control as a CT, but each of your players are situated in a way that no one can trade for each other, and there's no sense in double stacking one of those choke points.
Ocean and No One, both in the cheeky spots. No One does get one actually from a position where you often don't even see kills, and Ocean playing up on the spot. I just don't think it's going to be checked, and he's taking his time. Now he finally spots the bomb. He'll bring that down, drops off, finding a man on Cat, and he can't win it. Both men in the site are one and done, so it's a 3-on-3, but NRG are a bit bruised. You can see the assist there as Silent falls, and it's a 3-on-2 retake. 2 incendiaries, a flash, and kits, so Kaliber should be able to do this. Gompy with the flash out. That doesn't actually affect our one player on Cat. That's Breeze working up there, and Gompy will turn and bring him down. Justin looks into the market and finds DSR, so suddenly it's just all Ape, all alone. Spots one at bench, worried about his right side, finds it, tries to flick back, but there's Justin finding a second, and NRG win another round.
Yeah, they do win that after plan, but it starts with losing mid-control #1, and then falling back to site positions that are really bad for a split. You know, they were in a great position to have a shut down any of a 4-1 through B apps, but instead we have the guy boosted on site spotting apps and then getting his 1 kill, falling off, and then finding out that people have already come up Cat. Well, no one's giving them that info, and he's also the Cat player, so he's at least one of the 2 players that maybe should be spotting Cat, and they forfeited so much map control that NRG just took advantage of them. And I think that Kaliber need to get used to the idea that NRG will really go mid quite often, and they do it on all the rounds they win.
Oh, this is a disaster, though, for NRG. They're getting ripped apart in this round. That's Legia all alone. He does get 1 more kill, so making it a bit more expensive as we approach the final rounds of this first half. But everything just went wrong, right? Ape gets started, goes aggressive into Palace, finds his kill into Justin, and I'm not exactly sure where No One was. It looks like he's situated in underpass, so he got aggressive in middle, I think. He finds a quick double kill, and everything is just falling apart. And look where the bomb is. It's completely under control. Ocean is posted up on it with an op.
Oh, my mistake. I didn't even realize that NRG had the money right here. It seemed like a tattered buy, but first, you know, it was after a round they won, after also keeping 2 alive. So looking a bit worse for wear in spite of that victory. Kaliber, however, bringing it back.
Well, Legia does have a lot of time to his disposal, and they don't know where he is. If he does scope, information will be given up, or that. Throwing a Molotov over, but doesn't actually watch the run out. Does turn back for it, brings down Ocean, spots another man below him, but there's no chance, and there's Ape to clean him up.
I really like forfeiting the bomb in that situation. It makes it much harder for Legia to identify what spots are being played, and defense can really fall apart if everyone's playing too static in like positions that are so bomb-centric, when ideally you just have to have a 1 spot or a 1 kill spot in sight. Don't worry too much about the bomb because you have 3 players who all have the opportunity to potentially shoot someone in the back or just get a lot of damage off before they die, and it's a much more effective use of players in a 3v1.
And right now we have all kind of, I would say, identify as the 3 stars of this team. DSR and Breezy in particular. And then also No One all top fragging. Here's a quick B play. Ocean hiding out at bench. He's gone unchecked. And now they're lining up for him. The perfect spray down. Ocean, he seizes that opportunity. Gets a nice little 3K clip for himself. 3-on-2 now. The Kaliber and a great spot. And it's Gompy left alone 1 versus 2. Let's see if he can channel his play from DreamHack Austin, where he was so good. Playing around the back columns of the site here. Has to go out a little wide to pick up the bomb. Gets it done. A minute to work with, but on 17 HP. Yeah, the boys on Kaliber just stick together, and we'll take him down.
Yeah, it's really good to double peek in a situation where that you know that a player is trying to make it a 1v1. If you can do it, sometimes you have awkward angles where you're too far spaced apart, but if you can, and you have the opportunity to perform it at the right time, you can go for the double peek, make sure you get that frag, like your teammate's going to get it, and you just basically have the mentality that your teammate isn't going to get the kill, and that's the only way you'll make sure that you guarantee that you'll be focused for yourself. But the NRG try to perform the B split. It comes down to a 1v2, but it's a situation where they were saving anyway, so not too bad. Ultimately, they have a horrible buy to follow up, and it's the last round of the half, so all the regs are in this basket.
Yeah, they will give Legia, who has actually been stepping up on this team and doing a pretty good job. Also, he did get a shout out on the desk of being a very smart player who's maybe just in a situation where he's forced to do a little too much sometimes. He's got the AK, and he certainly will be forced to do a lot on a round like this. Peter there in underpass. He does have a teammate with him at silent. Maybe they will try a bit of a boost. And Legia has pushed Ocean off of the B platform. No one coming in to assist now. As Legia, he has no utility, so he's just working into the site completely dry. And oh, wow, he was so ready for Ocean to go for this angle. They have seen it a couple times, and no one misses the shot as Legia is crossing those windows. Nades into the connector, and Breezy with a quick double spray. Now Justin's low, but he doesn't get the triple. Justin instead with the Tech 9. Running and hopping about. What a ridiculous shot. And Ape, he hears those footsteps, and he has actually let the bomb. It was scooped up by NRG.
Oh my gosh, I don't think they know this. They actually throw the bomb up to Cat 2, and it gets away. No, Ape!
Oh, that was some timing right there. Ape wins the battle onto Justin. But he let the bomb go across. Gabi is just going to hold out in ladder room.
That was certainly a free frag, and you knew where the bomb was. I'm surprised he didn't take that fight. That's a situation where maybe you're playing a little bit too safe. And here it is, Ape now in the 1v2.
He's just chilling with the nade.
Deciding what he wants to do here.
He wants to throw the nade.
Can't throw it. And there it is, the first frag. Will he get the second? Oh my god, that came way too close. That came way too close. It should have never
I felt uncomfortable.
That was, yeah, quite uncomfortable moment. He shouldn't have been able to win that, and I guess thankfully for NRG he didn't, because they've only got 6 rounds now. It could have been a 10-5 half. Although it was a situation where up until that point, I think it was pretty clear that NRG were big favorites to win, right? It was NRG, or it was Kaliber who were big favorites to win. It was NRG who had quite a low buy, or kind of broken.
Yeah, on that last round.
Yeah, and then we saw that Ape had the bomb connector control, and they got that 2K spray down to connector, so they were really relying on those players to trade. And then Justin comes up A-ramp with 20 HP, gets a frag.
That was ridiculous.
And yeah, so he's supposed to go down. Ultimately, NRG win a round they're not supposed to, in a half where they probably should have done a lot better.
And then how many situations just in that last round where we had Ape, like, at any point he could have just had the perfect timing and maybe killed the bomb on Catwalk, or got that kill on the Justin earlier, or even stopped Gabi from picking up the bomb, but he just got caught looking the wrong way in so many of those situations.
I really think it was just a bad
did
decision
it at the end.
I don't think that was unlucky, because he could have he heard someone run in and get the bomb. That player, Ape doesn't know this, but that player is just assuming that no one's at stairs, right?
Mm-hmm.
That, yeah, they spotted the bomb, but there's no one close enough to try to kill me. Or I need to take this risk and get this bomb, so I'm going to run in and run out. Well, Ape doesn't even peek, you know? And that player goes to the bottom of the connector and jumps and throws the bomb on the Cat. That's another opportunity. At any of these moments, he basically had a huge window of opportunity to get that kill and shut down the round early, and decided not to take it for some reason.
And actually, as we do see some replays, that nice triple spray down from Ocean, which leads me to my point. Ocean with 11 kills. And the most on the team is actually Breeze with 14. Lowest is Ape with 10. So that distribution is extremely close for every member of this team, which is always something you want to see, and something we actually saw from Tempo Storm in the first match today. Mm-hmm. Everyone fragging, and on the side of NRG, it's actually Silent and Peter who are having a lot of trouble. Peter only got 3 kills in that first half.
Yeah, that's really rough. I mean, Peter has high expectations for himself. In moments of really like high stress, you know, he does perform really well. Ultimately, you can't expect to get 20 kill halves every day. That's just not how Counter-Strike works. Anything competitive in general, there's so many variables involved. But at the end of the day, you can guarantee a certain amount of performance, and that's by having good positional play. So hopefully we see him pick it back up for the second half, because NRG are going to need it if they want to win.
And we will see NRG immediately out to a 2-1-2 setup with Peter moving onto the cat. I think actually hit the jump from window onto Catwalk. So well done. It's Legia with a kit and some utility. Everyone else with Kevlar. And what do we have over at the A site? There's Justin to bring down Breeze as they're starting to just trickle in, really charge in. As Ape will find one, and they've closed the distance onto Justin. He's losing that USP advantage every step that they take. Gabi will bring down no one, and there's help here in CT. A little bit of body blocking going on between the teammates, but there's Peter with his 4th kill, and Ape trying to go to work
Oh,
Needed to get a lot of kills. Actually, already had 2 on the round.
yeah, that was quite ugly. I actually like this A take the most, where you smoke off right side site and then you just push CT with all your players. You focus a lot about Palace and trying to nullify the spots on the site, like triple the left side of default, everyone at firebox, anyone under balk. You kind of just pour out, use your high-low advantage, kill everyone there, and then all the rotators, you either make them push through a smoke, which we saw them take advantage of, or have them rotate through CT, which is what you want. But they couldn't kill Justin even when he was reloading after he had taken so many shots, and ultimately comes down to fragging in that moment.
And because of the bomb plant, so that's definitely a small success on the pistol round for Kaliber. They will just have a couple P250s and a flash, see if they can't inflict some damage. And then get the rifles out in round 18.
Luminosity eco. Just throw a flash over hard over A ramp and jump out Palace.
That's exactly what they've gone for. Legia is still waiting, being patient. The nade does a lot, and he takes down 8. Justin on the other side, meanwhile, found 2, helping with the 3rd, but then it's Gambi and the Legia to finish it off.
See, the thing
But
is,
another
like,
bomb plant for Kaliber.
yeah, it's actually very powerful for the bomb plant. The great thing about Palace, and it's just so underrated, like, I actually don't like how, like, NRG were approaching A side in terms of, like, 3A ramp. I think that's just the regular way to do it, like, send 1 Palace, 3A ramp. But that's where everyone focuses their nades, right? Especially if you're on the right side of the site, you're throwing them there. It's really hard to throw nades at Palace, except for anyone who's a rotator or in connector, but they usually get smoked out. And I think the CT smoke is one that is kind of the worst, where if you're a CT, you can jump up on the box, you can jump up on the toll booth, you can really put a lot of pressure on players, when if it wasn't smoked off, you wouldn't be in a great spot after all. You could stay alive, but you couldn't do damage without getting traded out. So I love the focus on Palace as opposed to A ramp as a terrorist coming towards A.
This round's going to be very interesting, right? Kaliber planting the bomb on the first 2 rounds. They have a full buy, a full rifle round. It's just the submachine gun still for NRG. They flash over. They get the first kill. Legia, can he get out of here? Somehow he does. Peter also getting a kill up in Palace, I believe it was. And the round working out magnificently for NRG for the time being. They got a 4-on-3. Legia just sitting in here. He can't reload because they'll hear him, so he's stuck with the P2K. But I think he realizes some of these players are low. And now he does go for the flash, and it's okay. He doesn't quite find DSR, and that'll even it up into a 3-on-3.
Legia saw an opportunity there. He's a pistol. He wants to get that frag. It's a respectable
That's
decision.
pretty nice from Silent.
Silent hopping around. Shout out to hopping around.
Yes. And DSR just waiting for a CT to push through. Then that is, you look up off angle in the dictionary, you might find that spot. Ocean also just very curious and expecting someone to have pushed through. And indeed, Silent has, also with that MP9, spotting players. Ooh. I don't think they quite saw each other. Silent certainly has now, and Ape, he gets dinked up, but head armor, that's why you buy it. It'll save your life.
That's a really important kill. They know that they killed someone up close B. That means that Silent, they recognize that Silent has relayed that information and said, okay, you rotate out. You can rotate out because if they come B, I can let you know early enough to rotate. And that's why we see Gabi getting into the site. But that allows Kaliber to gain a lot of map control safely.
Gabi can still inflict a lot of damage. That UMP, the high armor pen, great at these ranges, but he tries to spray through the smoke, and now his position's given up. Ape has spotted him. And he's actually fallen to Peter. Ocean as well, trying to take a battle. What a flick from Ocean onto Gabi. And now it's all on Peter, 9 HP. He got this AK at the start of the round with his aggression in Palace. He'll take Ocean out from behind the bench. And it's DSR with 22 HP. Peter seems to have an idea that he's up there in the apartments, but he can't look everywhere at once.
Yeah, not much you can do. And this Kaliber getting that first kill, that kill versus Silent, that gains them a lot of map control. It's just kind of understood between both teams. All right, if this guy gets this kill, he's in a great position to hold. You know, he does have an MP9, right? But he's in a great position to get one kill, maybe even be able to fall off as Kaliber try to regain mid control because A has kind of been shut down. That if they get this kill, then we have to concede the fact that they'll probably make it all the way up to the B site. But if he does, then we kind of have an ace in the hole in the sense that we either push them to A where we want them to go, and if they don't, or if they do, we have Silent who can fast flank, right? So they kind of shut down everything except for the option that Silent dies.
Yeah, and you can see even though they lose that last round, NRG, you know, they were competitive in it. They caused a lot of damage to Kaliber, who now are lacking utility, even have a Galil, and because they stayed on submachine guns, no rebuys, NRG's pulled out the double ops. They've got kits. They've got utility. They're actually in a pretty decent spot in terms of equipment.
Last time we saw Some good mid-rounding from Kaliber. Here we have pushed up mid-control from Legia. He's kind of alone right now, looking to get a kill. And if a double peek does come out, this could be rough. But it looks like Ape is kind of in a rough spot and doesn't find that frag. Breeze, though, capitalizes on the nade being thrown, and Peter comes out to trade. That favors the CTs in quite a big way. Mid-control has been won, and Silent actually has an op at B. Whoa, he spots the arm of a player and now has to fall back. But they've heard it rung out. They know that there's 2 on the map.
That's true. That is a lot of information going the way of Team Kaliber. So they're going to back off, and they're just going to stick together as a pack. All 3 of them rolling out and wanting to challenge middle from the looks of it. Ocean happy to find an AK there, a bit of an upgrade. Looks like the smoke and window is just clearing. I'll throw another one down, and Peter's left. He's going back over to this A site. So time is getting low. They're stacking the sites. That's NRG. 2 on B, 2 on A.
Wow, they might actually be giving this unless the wall bank comes out. Peter not taking the opportunity. Retake situation 4v3.
Yeah, let's see what they have. There's 1 nade on Gob B. There's a kit onto Peter, but things are going to slow down. You're retaking with 2 ops right now. Silent, actually, you can see, I think he just had his P250 out. He might just go in with that. Justin, Gob B, all 3 of these guys, all 4 actually, coming from CT. No one at Sandwich has been spotted, nearly lining up 2, but coming away empty-handed.
Wow.
And it's Ocean. He does grab 2 quick headshots, making this possible for DSR. That's a beautiful shot onto Silent, but Gob B gives him 1 better, and no kit, 10 seconds. Should still have the time.
Wow, insane frag. Oh, Gob B.
That's a team ace from NRG.
If Gob B doesn't hit that frag, DSR wins. Like,
yep.
He has to tap the bomb one more time. DSR can wait 4 seconds. Gob B didn't have 4 more seconds on that bomb. He had to hit that first repeak and destroyed him. I mean, first of all, it was a really nice shot from DSR to take off Toll Booth like that when it was being covered perfectly. But, yeah, Gob B just bailed him out huge in that 1 round. That was enormous. And it was almost a 4v3 retake that didn't work out so well. 4 people coming through CT didn't have high hopes for them. They didn't really have many other options. I mean, you could throw 1 person to go through connector, but ultimately it's not that much better than 4 CT. It just becomes more of a standard retake with just a lesser chance to win overall because you don't have a big flank, but connector doesn't really change that.
Round 20 will be a big one for NRG if they can survive, losing very few players because their money is still in a tight spot, but they really shouldn't lose anyone here. Make themselves get into a position where they can sustain a loss and have rifles. That's what's important now, as they are still making the comeback. Silent going on the white van, does find 1 very blind. Gob gonna burn 1 alive, but it's no one that gets a kill, gets over to bench and actually finds a rifle. The bomb's gone down again. Kaliber planted the bomb every single round of this half, and Ocean's come away with a kill onto Legia. So that's gonna be a 3-on-3. No one over at bench wins it. Justin will take him down. 2-on-2, tense moment here for NRG, and one that was still a very expensive round. And DSR might just be converting this into a W. A sick headshot onto Justin. Peter takes Ocean out of the apartment, and it's a 1-on-1 around the site. Peter does have a kit. Bomb timer, DSR just trying to play with the sound here. Does actually find him close and wins the duel. Peter looking the wrong way, and Kaliber on a full eco, more or less.
Yeah.
Convert that.
Literally 1 flash, all P250s. That's about as full as an eco as it'll get in Counter-Strike, and they win that off of a flash that they didn't do much. I mean,
it did actually blind, I think it was Silent, right?
Yeah, but it blinded him for only so long. They didn't even get to the end of the halls by the time, he was completely back to it, and relied on just getting the kills and killing 2 people and then getting the bomb down. No one getting those couple of kills from bench. Everyone just pitching in. Team effort on that round, for sure.
And now Legia's like, all right, we can win on ecos as well. He goes out with that deagle, finds a quick 1 deag, but maybe bites off more than he can chew. Ape from the top of the island there grabs 2 headshots.
That was a giant momentum swing to get that eco round.
Yep.
I mean, that's NRG to save now after winning that 1v1 off the back of Gob. I mean, critical round to lose.
And now Peter moving around, he's caught off guard. Ocean just waiting for that, and actually Kaliber just all together, kind of playing the death ball strategy right now up against the Pistols.
Just to harp on that a little more, like we'll see, these scores are reversed if that last round was won by NRG, and we say that because they should have won, but not only that, they would have had a double eco on their hand, so a 3-for-1.
Yeah. That could very well be the round that decides the map.
Yeah, definitely.
The Ocean grabs 1 more, and they're Silent, hoping to cause some damage, but can't. Abe finds 3, Ocean with 2.
No, they just got to mentally reset, right? They have 1 more round to eat their losses. Silent maybe gonna hook a brother up with a P250 or something. You gotta, it's a communal effort to try to make the most of your economy on CT side, but I think ultimately the best they can ask for is to do a lot of damage here, get a couple of frags, but just not let that loss get to them, right? Game's not over until it's over.
The Molotov, maybe to stop just the Deagle of Legia. We can see that bit of a stack, nice bird's eye view of that to see the 3 locations there of Justin and Peter, and again, Legia Gabi holding out at CT. So it is a complete A stack, and Justin, he's pushed through his smoke. He's gone into the kitchen here, and he does get spotted out. And, well, fortunate that he can even retreat with his life. Well, Breeze down here in lower mid. Smoked off. They had that reverse connector smoke one more time. DSR moving up on the catwalk, and Kaliber starting to take full middle control. And the bomb, I assume, is going to rotate back through the B halls. Group up with no one.
Yeah. We see the convergence of the CTs, or the Ts, excuse me, the CTs, really banking on A and Silent. To his misfortune, is going to see more Ts than he'd like to.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only information that Kaliber's actually found out, right? They spotted Silent at B.
Yeah, so even though you have the stack, you might think, well, why throw Silent at B? It's because he can pull the rotates if they really need to.
He almost comes away with the first kill. Brought no one down to 8 HP before DSR decided to step up and hit the shot. Now Gabi, first man to the market. It's Legia trying to put the long flank, but Breeze is ready for that on the other side of the map as we find this battle in the market going the way of Team Kaliber. Not really surprising. And actually, I did think... Yeah, Legia actually killed Breeze, so he won that battle and took this AK. That's a pretty big win. You're coming off of a double eco. It will be really nice for them to preserve this AK-47.
Yeah, because they're in a very tumultuous economic spot where if they lose the round, they're back on. And it just shows the importance of that one round they won. Again, this is all because of that full eco that Kaliber were able to pull off.
Well, so much for saving that.
Yeah, no save there, and so you're gonna have 5 rebuys with players who have enough money to buy up. They probably spent less money than they needed to last round, and so we'll have more than enough here, but it looks like they're almost all buying down to zero at this point. And Silent's probably deciding, like, he's got enough for he had enough for an op armor exactly, and was probably like, flying the idea by Gob, like, hey, do you want me at the other side of the map using the op to lock it down one more time? And them deciding that no, it's maybe too much of an economic risk, or that not necessary at all. Again, almost was a hindrance in that that retake that we were talking about. From CT.
Well, if Kaliber win here, we know that NRG will be broke. They're getting close to max bonus, but that's not usually enough to sustain the CT side, so this could potentially mean a match point for Kaliber if they're able to take this. And they're storming out. Smokes all across the site, and they are fighting into the stairs, so running this track correctly. Breeze very, very blind, but he's just pushed in the jungle. Legia in the connector, he goes down. Peter does chime in with the op, but only finding one. It's Breeze that steps up, grabs the double. Justin moves in already on the retake. Cleans out DSR, fire down on his position there at default, takes the battle out to Sandwich, but Ape will win that one. And Gabi giving away his position. They do have a crossfire nicely here onto Breeze. He was in a really, really tough spot. So 2-on-2, and both players are actually over at a ramp. A smoke has gone down, but it's not to the ramp. Ocean peeks out, and Silent gonna grab a double, triple overall on the round.
Wow, and they pull it off. I mean, it's a 10-second, but they just barely got it. So wow, very nicely played from NRG. And Justin was key there on the site, getting that first kill, staying alive. That was important. We did see a failure from Peter and one other player who Breeze actually took advantage of. Ultimately, they dealt with him really well and kept two more alive when he had high HP off of those first 2 frags. But now it's Kaliber with a big round lead, but NRG win a hugely crucial round. Have another opportunity to prove themselves on CT side without actually having one result in match point. And it does come down to this a little bit for Kaliber because they have the opportunity still to break the money of NRG. Now, I don't know if that'll mean that we won't see NRG buy next round because they're not going to have great money no matter what, but it's going to be a worse one, so much worse.
Yeah, it'll be a tough decision for NRG to make if they drop this round. And, was that Legia getting dinked up under Palace? Yes, it was. Ape finds him. Actually, Breezy kills him. Ape brought down Justin. There's Peter. Quick push through the smoke, gets a pick, and falls back. And that's why they call him Dirty Peak Pete. As now Peter going to go up to the stairs. Sees that flash coming over. He's going to know that someone's back into the firebox position, but they do actually have fire to throw. Silent coming over on Ticket Booth. He is going to get the kill onto Ocean, but he goes down. Peter with a beautiful shot onto Breeze at Firebox. Spots one. That's Ape over on the A ramp. And once again, the post plan is both players here. Op is trained on it, so if Gabi doesn't have the kit, it's Peter who does in this situation.
Ooh.
And they're going to switch roles, and Gabi dies, and now it's a really difficult spot for Peter. He's on the bomb. He does hit the shot. He's going to go back to it, and he's going to stick it, and there's no peek that's coming, so Peter will take the round. Peek, oh, they were just thinking about it,
Wow.
and Peter, there he is, stepping up, gets the defuse, plays the mind games, and finds a 4K.
My God, he actually comes away with those frags. That's unreal. They just needed to double peek him in that situation, and they played 1v1s. Literally can't lose if both of them come out and he has the op sitting on the site there. But it was, as you mentioned, you saw the communication where he had to go and get on the bomb because he had the 5-second defuse as opposed to Gabi's 10. But you know where they lost that round is when they got their 2 kills on the site in like 1 second. That means they win, and then they don't push and get control of anything aggressive. They immediately recede into the after plant spots that you go to when you kind of go 1 for 1. And there's Peter to get another kill. I think he's feeding off this momentum.
Yeah, I mean, he is the type of player to do that. He started off extremely slow in that first half with only 3 kills, but now he is coming alive and stepping up when NRG need him the most. And look at Legia finding 2 out in middle, but wasn't in a position to really do too much with it. Peter peeks out, gets Breeze real close. Legia takes the further target, and he also brings down Ape, who is in the back of Underpass. Peter one more, just making the reads. 3 for Peter, 2 for Legia, and there's the timeout.
Oh, that's a critically important timeout. I think they should have just taken it right before that rifle, to be honest. That's a rough one to lose, but they had 2 opportunities there, so now they really see that they're not playing properly because Kaliber have been way more dominant in the first half of the second half than they have been in those last 2 rounds, to the point that it's hard to even understand how NRG are at a deficit at this point. But considering they lost that critical round, have brought themselves back to 12, just shows exactly how well NRG, or how well they're able to adapt, right, to what Kaliber have to offer for them.
You can maybe see the experience on some of the veteran players who are shining through, because it's still like Team Kaliber are still dominant when they're getting these entries onto the site. Like, they have planted the bomb, I think, almost every single round in this half.
Very little faith in their after plants.
Yeah,
after seeing
so
some of those
it's
rounds.
coming down to the mid-late round after plant situation where we've had NRG on quite a few phenomenal retakes, especially the one where we just saw Peter. And you mentioned like that probably could have been 100%ed by Team Kaliber if they just peaked that op together. Instead, they go
that could have been 1,000%ed.
Yeah, exactly. All of the percents, right?
Yeah.
So many I can't even hold all of the percents in my hands.
Yeah. Yeah, like literally, you got a bomb, planted triple. You know the op is in the hands of the 1 player that's alive. You have 2 people at A ramp, and one of them is trying to shoulder peek to try to bait out a shot, gets punished, right? Maybe that guy, baits out the shoulder, and then Ape comes into a better situation, or like is able to come closer. But after all, they didn't need to do anything, right? If they were a little bit more, I guess, communicative and just made proper example of the team.
They can't have obstreperous comms, is what you might say.
Obstreperous comms, indeed, was the killer there.
So looking at some quick frags here, but I will say Team Kaliber, like at this position in the game, they're so close. They could probably taste it. 1 win, reset NRG 1 more time, and you're gonna win the map hands down, or at least force overtime. But now this perfect storm situation has closed out. Like, Kaliber can no longer win 1 round and completely reset NRG. NRG work themselves back to a position where if they lose, they will have rifles.
Yeah. No, I mean, my biggest fear for Kaliber at this point is the mental game. Like, are they going to be off kilter because they've lost such a big lead as we're watching this back? It was 13-9. They kind of had a great opportunity, a couple 1v1s, great afterplant situations. The early round went so heavily in their favor, and they ended up losing. It's like, do they still have, do they have the stones? Can they dig deep enough?
Low, as Garrett
or how low are these stones hanging?
Yeah,
that's the big question.
I mean, again, the entries, like, they almost don't need to do anything to adjust their early round, because they have actually just been so dominant in that department. It's all going to come down to how they play the situations out a little bit later. As with the pauses are 5 minutes here at MLG, so they still have 3 minutes left to talk about things.
The scarier part is the ability for them to take a site, right? Because they can do that every time. So once they grab the site, if they get the kills early enough, you got to push CT, or you got to push connector, or you just got to use 1 player to go out there like a scourge and just go 1 for 1 with someone just to guarantee the round, right? 2v4 retake is not happening. 3v4, that could happen, right? And any situation like that, where you have like you got the 5v3, you could throw someone out to get map control, and they'd be in such a good spot to do it. They'd probably get the kill. They might even get 2. They definitely go 1-for-1, and your after plan's a whole lot safer. Also, if that guy gets the kill, he's pushed CT, and only one person rotated through CT. Well, then suddenly he has another amazing after plant spot, a great crossfire to work off of. So the information there invaluable.
And it is actually NRG as we get back into the game that have broken the economy of Kaliber. So they're back to smokes and some pistols. Of course, the objective at this A site is just to plant the bomb. No one being sent out of Palace, where we did see them have success earlier, barring that one strat from Luminosity. Fire goes in as the smokes telegraph the play. And that will delay everything right now from Kaliber.
Oh, yeah, they're actually not moving off of this execute.
Peter with that first shot as Peter coming online here just when they need him, but it's no one at DSR moving forward, finding the frags. Bombs down on the back of the site. Bit of an awkward spot. Peter will get one more, spotting just the hands there of DSR, now taking some near lethal damage. He's very low. Gabi gonna save the day though, rotating over into jungle, finding 2.
That got way too close. You know, I didn't want to see, I want to see, I want to see that maybe they can overcome having a lead, then blowing it, then taking a pause. I want to see that Kaliber can make an adjustment and actually come back and win this round. That'd be cool to watch. I wouldn't have wanted to see, but that doesn't mean I want to see an NRG win. It's just that I wouldn't have wanted to see them lose that round in that way. Versus the full eco. That's not cool.
That's not good CS.
That's not good CS. Now we're 13-13, critical round, full buy, and an A take in store for the T's. But look how close the CTs are playing.
Oh, and there's Peter. Again, there's been a lot of aggressive op play from both teams into Palace on the CT side, but now Peter, man, here he is, finding 2. He might have to step up further. Oh, that was beautiful from Breeze through the floorboards, connecting onto Peter. And now no one in Breeze. They are extremely low, but they've got it into a 2-on-2. Fire and smoke. That's going to push Gabi back, and the bomb will be armed up one more time, so at least keeping the cash flowing.
You cannot play default after plant spots here with this low HP. Like they are falling back because they don't have a way to gain team map control, but they're in positions that are just too easy for 1v1s.
Yeah, Breeze might even just get spammed, if anything, on 13 HP, hiding out in shadow. And yes, that's exactly what happens. Gabi takes him down through the boards. Now it's no one at Tetris, forced on the reload, and Gabi going to get there in time, killing the defenseless target and defusing the bomb once more.
In my opinion, they just played that way too safe, like way, way, way too safe. And it's just another retake 1 on A in a situation where they had nothing but incentive to try to make a play. If they're both 100 HP, yeah, okay, let's take the 1v1s. We got good aim. Let's not just blow this to take some risk. But when you have a total of 30 HP, you cannot just sit in spots that will be cleared and expect to win your duels because you believe so heavily that you're getting headshots. You got to take a risk. And I think they felt like they were too far back in the site to utilize one of those options, but they really needed to be creative and find a way. At least make some huge rotate out a ramp where you go Palace or send someone late mid and hope that they take so long to get set up or something, but you cannot just sit there and get cleared and die.
Yeah, and it's been the A post plants the last 3 rounds in a row that have been the problem for Kaliber. Left in 2-on-2s or 2-on-3s. Both people playing at ramp in some occasions, and then in that one, like you said, they're low. You got to be the one to make that aggressive play.
I'd love to highlight how NRG were able to pull off that hold. And you know what? Actually, there is a really great point because it wasn't standard, right? They played 1 close A ramp, 1 Palace, and 1 on site. That means they were ready for a full A hit. So it was a hard read because all those players are bad rotates to mid, and they're also really far rotates to B. That means they're committed to stopping an A play. And so they had the positional advantage to kick off the round. So I guess from that perspective, Kaliber were lucky to get the bomb down in the first place.
Well, we can see Kaliber actually still having some players in spawn. I don't know if they were either just watching the A push or maybe lining up some of their smokes. And 3 smokes and flashes dropping into middle. So Kaliber looking to take that mid-round control, and another smoke going into the window. Now Ocean's actually going to be taking point here. Catwalk smoked off as well. Oh, I wonder if that was timed, because that was nearly perfect. He rounds that corner and that smoke dissipates. Gabi playing in a pivotal position, and it goes uncleared. He's only going to get the 1, finds 2 actually, brings down Ocean on the catwalk, make it 3 as he finds Ape. And Gabi still potentially gets the one, but DSR hitting him with the jumping up shot. DSR Zera, there it is. Now let's see what Peter can do with his op. Oh, nothing. Breeze going to take him down straight away. DSR's planted. Justin spotted here in the market. And it's Legia creeping up, and there he goes, gets that kill, but DSR with the op shot, so ready for this, and has the angle, missing that one onto Justin. DSR is so low right now, hiding behind bench, and it's just going to come down to the op shot. He won't get that one.
Wow.
Justin converts it, and that's NRG onto match point.
Oh my gosh, who knows how that round goes, like at any given moment, but wow, what a fantastic round from Gob. Like, that 3K, after he got the first one, was in a spot where he could have just got headshotted because he didn't notice a player that was on cat shooting at him. So very fortunate to come away not getting killed in that moment, but then also turning that into, or converting it into 2 more frags. I mean, just locking it down after another situation where Kaliber are able to get the entries. And yeah, it comes down to that hold, and DSR shuts him down in the biggest way with that jumping off frag. It was probably a no-scope as well, but tries to get a second one, and I feel like he could have scoped. I don't know. Ooh, another entry.
Look at Ape, man. He's trying to say, we're not out of this yet. Going in quick, taking down Legia, pushing the players back. Smokes now to section off those players at jungle and connector. No one going for the wedge plant. Now let's see if the post plants here, with the man advantage for Kaliber, can actually get them another round here.
All right, we do have someone go Palace at least, so that's a big...
Why do so many people struggle with this?
There we go. So,
there it is.
Oh. Yeah, I know, jumping up on that. See, we have someone on the mid rotate now. That's a lot better.
Oh, just dropped off of that as DSR crossed. That would have been the free kill for Justin. Now fire to the firebox. It's actually funny it was called Firebox for so long. As Silent will bring down DSR, and moving over, he's going to eat a sandwich as well. Will he play a game of Tetris? Well, someone will. It's Peter to get the shot onto no one, and it's Ape who started off the round that will have to close it off. Does he know the angle? He's sprayed down one. He's getting damage onto the other players. Nearly had him. As the primal roars come out, that signals NRG taking Mirage 16-13 over Team Kaliber.
Wow, quite an exciting map. Amazing retake there in the last round to close it off. I mean, NRG just showing that like they can do it over and over again. Honestly, it looks a little sketchy for them. The early to mid round, there was probably way too many rounds there that we saw Kaliber lose after getting their entries, making it 5v4, making it 5v3, getting the bomb down. As you mentioned, they planted so many rounds in that half. And in spite of that, man, the resilience of NRG to still win those rounds, backs against the wall, time's ticking down, and they do it over and over again. So, I mean, tough stuff, tough stuff for Kaliber, a map they probably should have won. They were given the golden opportunity with that full eco. They converted it into a couple more rounds, had another 1v1, Gob B1, a very critical one. But overall, I guess, some mistakes made on both sides and a pretty exciting map overall.
And you got to give credit. You got to give credit to Peter. He had an absolutely abysmal first half. It was NRG almost playing with 4 people.
Yeah, 3 kills.
He was 3 and 13 at the end of the first half. And we know that he's an emotional player. Maybe he's at the bottom of the roller coaster going in the dip. Who knows if he's going to come out of that.
Yeah.
Pulling some G's, might pass out, but he did. He gets up top to the top of the coaster. I think he ended he was 21-21 at one point, so he really bounced back. And how many key rounds? Like that 4K with the op, that was on a pivotal round as well.
Yeah.
That was when NRG was still battling back to get their a decent economy, and that's really the most important part when you're trying to make the comebacks on the CT side, and they get through that. It was like from the window when it was 13-9 with Kaliber winning to like 13-11 or 12, and then they're able to tie it up. Money is good, and they close it out from there, right? Actually, they closed it out from 13-9. They won, 7 rounds in a row?
They actually did, yeah, and it's because it's kind of hard to think about it that way because we saw so many of the rounds be so close. And, rounds that basically, I mean, it's just got to be the saltiest loss, right? Because Kaliber just had basically...
Well, we're an NA, so it might as well be.
Maybe 6 or 7 opportunities to just win straight up. Like, that last retake was pretty impressive, though. They even had, Kaliber made the appropriate adjustment where they sent Ape around on the big flanks, kind of what I was begging for as someone looking at the game. And them going to these, very safe, defaulty afterplants and then expecting to hit their frags. But to have him go around through mid and then solidify the round, and then everybody in the site just goes down so fast that it doesn't even give him a chance to win.
Well, that's it from us. We're actually going to go down to the floor. We've got an interview, Mega Man, with one of the players from NRG.
Alrighty, like I said, we're joined here with Gob B, the winners from that, Energy. So take me through that real fast. It's got to feel good. I mean, it was a comeback victory for you guys. 9-6 in the first half, not a bad half for you guys. A little bit rocky there when you guys got onto the CT side. You dropped a couple of rounds there and you had to battle back. I think it was you were down 13-8 or 13-7 and actually brought it back, ran the gambit, and ended up winning that one, closing it out. So confident coming through after that, or was it a little bit shaky for you guys?
Yeah, it was obviously shaky for us, but I'm still confident because it's always the first game. It's always the hardest game, even though it's probably the weak opponent do you play against. And I think it's we are happy that we been through to the first game, and now looking forward to get revenge on Tempo Storm.
Yeah, and actually that's a good segue into the next bit because you guys will be playing Tempo Storm next. Did you guys learn a lot from watching them play earlier against TSM? I see a lot of teams nowadays probably going to ban Cobblestone against them. That seems to be a pretty solid home map for them. But you guys got a little bit of a plan going into that one to seek your revenge?
Yeah, obviously we watched our demos against them. We watched other demos and always like watching their games if they play in a big tournament. So we kind of knew how they play. They obviously know how we play. We have some new stuff. We are prepared, and we're not gonna play Cobblestone, so we don't care about the game about TSM.
All right, so automatic ban on Cobblestone for that. But Mirage here, you guys look good coming back into that one, and it seemed like it was good individual performances stepping up there in the late game. I think actually early on in that matchup, Peter was actually struggling a little bit. He had something like 8 kills and like 15 deaths, and then he had that big 4K, the 1v2 clutch with the AWP, and then there it just seemed like he caught fire, started really laying it down, closing down that A-bomb site with some big plays and everything like that. And he's one of those players that's so animated when you watch him play that it's like he feels like he's doing bad. He's got his hand in his face, but I hear him cheering and whooping and everything like that. Does that help you guys build back that confidence for those big comebacks like that?
It's hard to say because it's like he has a roller coaster going on. So if you're playing bad, he's feeling bad, and if you're playing good, he's feeling good. And normally that shouldn't be the case because you always try to have the same level even though you win or lose. But some players are like that, and Peter helps us a lot to make comebacks because he's making good plays and then pushes up the team. So it can help, like it can go backwards and forward. So I think in the end it's important to have like at least one emotional player like this to have a good comeback going on. I was all the game calm. I felt like we had good individual performance sometimes, but also bad individual performance sometimes. And it was like a back and forth game. We shouldn't lose the eco round, and if we don't lose the eco round, then we don't need to win this 1-on-2 clutches. We don't need to win this retake on A situation. So it was a hard game back and forth. Both teams, I think, made a lot of mistakes. And in the end, like the individual performance from us, I think it decided the game.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I'll let you go rejoin your team and prepare for Tempo Storm. Congratulations on moving on through in the uppers. And we'll see you guys again later on. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we get back, it's over to the analyst desk. Our next matchup is going to be Win Out facing off against Optic Gaming. Guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.